So this is a popular Nigerian celebrity, one of the greatest musicians in Nigeria a few years back. And he came on an interview, a podcast recently, and exposed why he has been missing for some time, from 3 years ago. Turned out that he said he smoked something, ice, meth, crystal meth. Said some people introduced it to him and he took it and he lost his mind. And he started doing all sorts of crazy things. He could trek kilometers, leave his house and walk for kilometers, for no reason. And then they took him to psychiatric center like twice, before he finally recovered. It was a 3-year battle, but he was able to get himself back. Now he's back on a podcast explaining how it all happened. Now, there are many lessons to draw from this. All right, if you watch this video till the end, you're going to learn a lot, and hopefully I'll be able to cover all the lessons in this part. If not, I'll do a part 2. First one is, how is it that you as an adult, somebody is able to introduce you to something bad? The blame is on you. You should know better. Do you understand? There are certain things you should know by being an adult. If you were a child, I can understand. Children don't know stuff, They can't research stuff. They can't Google it. They don't even know to ask questions. Children are shy and stuff. So it's easy for a child to be misled. But as an adult, somebody brings a substance to you, you can say no as an adult and not feel it. That's the difference between adult and children. I can say, no, I'm not coming to that party. No, I'm not taking this drink. Like, there was one guy doing an interview, a black American, I've forgotten his name. In the interview, they served him water. Immediately, he took the can of water like this and opened it. It was like, no, this has been opened before. Give me another one. They gave him another one. He opened it and heard the sound, the click sound. Click. When you open a can that was sealed properly, you hear the click sound. In the interview, guy was smart. Many people have died because somebody gave them something casually in a party. They take it and drink and they're dead. Anything that goes into your mouth, you have to be on the alert on it. Now, when you're a parent, anything that goes into your children's mouth, you have to be on the alert. This is basic survival skills 101 that they teach children. They teach us when we were kids. Don't put anything in your mouth except the one your mother gives you or your father gives you. Nothing should enter your mouth. So how come people introduce you to this thing? Now the question is, why is it that it didn't mess up their own brain? There's something called lacing. They might serve something to 2 or 3 people. The 4th one, they'll put overdose in it. If you take it, it will bust your mind. Sometimes you visit people that take these kind of things, some substances. All right? And the food they will give you, they have already put it inside. You will not know. Many people have done. I know personally many people it has happened to. The food that they will serve you, they have already put something inside. And you thinking that, since they are smoking, it's not going to affect you, you're going to eat it. Almost. I know somebody that passed out. It was her fellow girls that did it to her. She passed out for 3 days. 3 good days. 1, 2, 3. She missed work. That was when people started looking for her on Monday. Because they put something in her food. And she was thinking she was eating normal food. After these ones are smoking, let me just eat food. People say that whoever is dealing with the devil should use a long spoon. I'm not saying that anybody smoking or taking all these things is the devil. I'm just saying that there are certain environments you should find yourself in. You become more careful. There was a man that told me a story I will never forget when I was a kid. He said that when he was in UK, in London, that he happened, as a black now, he was struggling to find a job then. He had a friend. The friend took him to one of the suburbs there. This was in the 1970s or so. And he saw that they were in a room now and they were smoking. So they mixed a special substance. They would smoke and pass on. This one would smoke and pass on. This one would take a puff. And he himself, it's only cigarette that he smokes. But this thing, he didn't know what was inside. So when it got to his turn, he was about to smoke it. He reminded himself of who he was. Say, this place I came from Africa. Oh, if something happened to me, my whole family is gone. I'm their only hope. You get? So as he looked at it, he passed it on. He said the 3 Nigerians that were there, all of them, their life was wasted. Some lost their mind immediately, some over time, some lost their teeth. Till today, he doesn't really know the substance. That if he had taken it, his life would have taken a whole different turn. This was when I was a kid. This guy was telling me. So why would you as an adult be led into? I understand if it's a mistake, you are poisoned. But if you have been following me on this channel, you know that I've been screaming against it. Be careful of what you put in your mouth to avoid poisoning. It's very, very common in Africa. Imagine that I was selling a very poisonous, a very addictive substance. All right, I sell it, illegal substance. How do you think I'll get more customers? I'll casually invite, if I know that you can afford it, I'll casually invite you to my house for a birthday party or whatever. Then I'll poison your drink so that if you take it once, you'll now be addicted. You'll come back the next day, then I'll bill you. From there, all the money you made in your life will end in my pocket. And the funny thing is that people that sell this, they don't taste it. That's why they say never get high on your own supply. So if you want to take illegal substance, take it on your own accord. Otherwise, be careful what you put in your mouth. Anybody can be a victim. We have, there is a Nigerian celebrity that sells charms. She sells charms for women to charm men. That is her business. One day we didn't see her again. We now saw a video of her rolling on the ground, screaming. What? She took a substance that turned her crazy. And this is almost 2 years since then. We've not heard from her. The recovery from these things takes time. Once you don't mess up your brain chemistry, it takes time for recovery. They say she has been in a rehab center since how many months now? And this is a rich lady, very popular Nigerian, everything. There are things that she must not enter your mouth. You get? Then secondly, I'm very happy for him that he's able to come out of it and even come to podcasts. And he's a great musician, very talented. Personally, I hope to hear some of his new songs. But if you're going through a low time in life now, you should know that you can bounce back. Let me show you some examples. This is one of the greatest musicians in Nigeria. His name is Don Jazzy. Okay, he started out as a little boy, a pianist. He was playing piano in church. There are millions of people playing piano in church. All right. From then on, he became a musician himself. Formed a duo with the band. From being a musician, he graduated to a producer. From being a producer, he's now a manager of a multinational music industry. I'm telling you, he recently sold it too, over like $200 million. This is graduating step by step. He has created many artists. And if you look at his life, it's punctuated by a lot of failure. So, this is Jesus, son of Jah, the one they call the Messiah, according to a very important story in the Bible that people miss. All right? He was a random, unknown young man. All of a sudden, at the age of 30, he went into the wilderness, stayed 40 days, fasting. When he came out, in the wilderness, he confronted his demons, defeated them, and then he came out and became the Son of Man, the Messiah, and fulfilled his destiny. The person he was after he came out of the wilderness is totally different from the person he was before he went in. That wilderness 40 days was what made the difference. So if you're facing a hard time in life now, go into your wilderness. Make a retreat. Go back, do your fasting, plot your life, draw out your life on a board, get stickers, stick it on a wall. Your strengths, what are things you are good at? Your weaknesses, what is your escape plan? How many months will it take? What will you do in month 1, month 2, month 3? Plot it out like an FBI. That is, you are taking control of your life. And then from then you start following the plan methodically. Before you know it, in a year you'll transform yourself, become somebody totally different. I could give you hundreds of examples of people that went down, came up a different person, went down, came up a different person, This is Tunde Ednut, one-time Nigerian musician. You know, when his music career could not continue, he stopped and re-emerged a blogger. He's one of the biggest voices in Nigeria now.